Hey guys, M.K.S here, back here with part 3 of this list. Hope everyone's well. There's obviously the challenges I might well face in terms of charity work I wish to do and that sort of thing, such as included in part 1 and 2, like things like getting started, getting things off the ground, so to speak, and that kind of thing, and being positive and that sort of thing. So anyway, I think it's really important to address some of the potential negatives. There might even be things I've missed that people need to perhaps tell me that I might well face. But it'd be great to have people who can advise me on what would need to be done or how we could do this sort of stuff, and like how I can work with these N.G.O.s and charities and organisations I want to work with. Anyway, sorry, my voice was monotone there, as it probably is always. But anyway, hopefully people out there will enjoy this, so I'm going to try and crack on with it. So number 21, I think one of the things I have is like remembering things, memory, and all that, as well as speaking properly. And that's one of the reasons why I like to write and list things, because one, it helps me to organise myself and that kind of thing, but also it helps me to remember things. Memorise things. So I've got to try and remember things like feed the dog when I've gone for a walk, make sure he gets enough food, make sure he gets watered, as I say, fed and watered. In other words, gets enough water and things like that. And little simple tasks like that, in just remembering little silly things like that. So I hope I'll be able to list those things and sort of remember things, and also perhaps remember what's important and prioritise and things like that. But yeah, so memory's a challenge. And again, please check out parts 1 and 2, and you'll see. Obviously, I don't want to go through the whole list again, obviously, because you're probably bored to death if you're not already. Anyway, hopefully not. But 22. Getting on with things. Again, I talked about how certain patterns and habits where I want things to be done a certain way, like even with especially my writings, for instance, I want them to be written in a certain way. The line paper, like refill paper, I like to write, like use the whole. I like to write from one side to the other, like pretty much the whole line, like each line pretty much to cover the whole page pretty much. I want to specifically give certain things to certain charities, and I like to try and colour coordinate my work. I want to write on all different types of notebooks, and I've got this hoarding problem. I want to keep notebooks everywhere, and that sort of thing. Just looking outside, it's gone a bit cloudier than it was before. Although in the window, it probably looks nicer in the window than it does outside. But it's not too bad for 10:15 when I think about it. Anyway, hopefully the weather will last good. Will be as good for as long as possible. But yeah, so getting things started. And that sort of thing. Number 23, again, working with these charities and NGOs and making sure the money does actually go to help people, like the giving pledge or things like that. Is that going to the right place and things like that? Is money that goes to charity going to the right place and that sort of thing? I think one of the biggest things would be helping Africa and Asia to unite. I think that'd be really good, because then money that goes into those countries won't go into wars, weapons trade, fighting each other. Tribal warfare, civil wars. As I say, there's nothing civil about war or anything like that. So the money would go towards feeding people, water aid, shelter, ensuring we tackle poverty, give people jobs, careers, opportunities, and that sort of thing. So again, I think how the money's spent, and that's really important, and knowing that how to make sure it goes to the right places. 24, I take on too much a lot of time, I must admit, unfortunately. Sometimes that can be a bit daunting, like maybe I could do a lot more if I sort of didn't think, if I did things one at a time, but obviously like there's only 24 hours in a day, and sometimes I think I'm not going to actually achieve all this stuff, so I'm sort of put off and daunted by it, and that sometimes puts the energy off, rather than say let me do this thing, and if I don't get this thing done, there's always next week. But because it's like the 23rd in my patterns, I really wanted to do all this charitable stuff that I wanted to do today, like fundraising 101 and philanthropy 101 and things like that, charity 101. And I really wanted to get through all these lists and all that, but obviously, as I say, there's only 24 hours in a day. Unfortunately, now it's 10:15, and sometimes ideas come to me later on, so like by that time it's like too late. So because I want to do it on this specific day, it's quite difficult, but I suppose I'd have to wait for a month maybe till the 23rd of July. But anyway, so again, ensuring that the giving pledge goes to the right place and that sort of thing. 25, again, like divisions, and how do you really get people together? Like, could there really be a Republics network that brings together Republics? Could China and India get along better, for instance? Could Asia be more united? Could Africa be more united? Could republics really that have so many differences, don't have a huge amount in common other than the fact that republics, could they really work together like China and America? They don't always get along, China and India, and that sort of thing. So how could they really get together? It would be great if they could, but I suppose like I have these very outlandish and big picture sort of big dreams, but hopefully I'll be able to achieve them. But obviously it won't be as easy as I'd like. I'm sure. Hopefully I'll be able to take on the challenge and read as a challenge. If it was that easy, probably it would be boring. So yeah, and things like I hope, like for instance, I hope to get loads of supporters and fans from of my channel from Asia and Africa and places like people of color. Not too sure fans are the right word, but anyway, supporters and all that. But it's like my channel grows so slowly, so it shows it's not as easy. Everything seems to be easier than it sounds, and sometimes it's difficult just to get out of bed, to be honest. Anyway, I hope to do my best as ever. Number 26 again. How do we connect together Asian and African YouTubers? How do we help more people from Aborigine backgrounds or Maoris, people like that, Native Americans, to go onto YouTube and to be empowered and that sort of thing. 27. How do I reward those who have done good and positive intentions and things like that, or know whether people's intentions are good or not? Again, avoiding scams and things like that. 28. Again, there might be unforeseen problems that I haven't even thought of, so I hope people will let me know about what potential pitfalls, but hopefully by addressing these issues early on, we can avoid them. Like if I make a team together, we can look at older people, charities and N.G.O.s, people who are more experienced, but basically not just older, but maybe more experienced. Because I think one of the biggest things, people talk about experience comes with age, but I think experience really comes through doing things more than age, really. Obviously, age gives you more time to do things, and sometimes you can be wiser and learn things as you get older. But I think through doing more and being pushed to do more, like for instance, you get some 16-year-olds who are like prodigies academically, or even younger than 16, or prodigies, or business people, tycoons, or whatever already. So they already have experience in business that most people who are much older than them don't have. So I don't think you always just need age to have experience. But yeah, so I'd love for people with more experience, basically, or more knowledge, to tell me about the potential pitfalls I might face, or that kind of thing, and perhaps give legal advice how to support people. Obviously avoid breaking the laws, always be within the law, and be as ethical as possible. That's two of my main goals. And everything I do, I hope to be legal and as ethical as possible, pretty much. 29. Again, how do I build teams together and avoid being too biased and get things done and that kind of thing. And number 30, again, if you can think of any problems I haven't covered, or anything you think I need to improve on, or if I've repeated too many ideas, anything you want to say, please say in the comment section below. Again, any suggestions or ideas or things like that. And I think I'd give God a generous 10 out of 10, because I'm in a charitable mood because it's the 23rd. So anyway, even though things have gone a bit wrong, but I suppose God gives us free will, so I should be more motivated and activated myself. So anyway, I am out. Thanks so much.